Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surabhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 21st of February. Indian Prime Minister, South Korean President unveil Mahatma Gandhi's bust in Seoul. Bangladesh building fire deaths climb to at least 70. And Asia's biggest air show underway in southern India. And now for all the details. South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled a bust of India's iconic freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi at a university in Seoul on Thursday. During his two-day visit, he is scheduled to hold talks with South Korea's top leadership to boost bilateral ties. South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled a bust of India's iconic freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi at a university in Seoul on Thursday. Prime Minister Modi said the unveiling was special because the year marks Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary. He said Gandhi's ideals have the power to help the world overcome the menace of terrorism and climate change. The South Korean president said through the unveiling ceremony, the spirit of Gandhi will be etched in the heart of Korean people forever. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi also addressed top business leaders at the India-Korea Business Symposium in Seoul. He expressed fundamentals of the Indian economy are sound and it is on the way to becoming a $5 trillion economy soon.
India has emerged as a land of opportunities. While we work for realizing the Indian dream, we seek like-minded partners. And among them, we see South Korea is truly natural partner.
Mayor of South Korea's Gimhae city, Hyong Seong-gon, also called on the Indian Prime Minister in Seoul. Prime Minister Modi gifted a Bodhi tree sapling to him as a mark of close ties between the two countries. During his two-day visit, the Prime Minister is scheduled to hold bilateral talks with top South Korean leadership to enhance cooperation in diverse areas, including trade and investment. Authorities in Rajouri district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province have been constructing community bunkers to protect the locals from Pakistani firing from across the border. There has been a spate of ceasefire violations by Pakistan in the district near the frontier since the last 2 days.
With a spike in incidents of ceasefire violations by Pakistan along the frontier in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir, the local authorities have speeded up the construction of community bunkers in Rajouri district of the province. The bunkers are being constructed in 3 regions of the district including Naushera, Sundarbani and Majakote to protect the locals from the Pakistani firing. The Pakistani troops have been violating ceasefire along the de facto border in Naushera sector of the district for the last 2 days.
ये तो एक बहुत बड़ी एक नई जिंदगी मिली है। जब रात को गोले पड़ते थे 10-11 बजे के बाद तो हम लोग कहाँ जाते थे, वहीं छुप के रहते थे। तो आज हमें ये है कि गोलों की ये है कि गोले पड़ रहे तो बैंकर में निकल जाएंगे, बढ़ जाएंगे, बच्चे भी हमारे रह सकेंगे।
काफ़ी एक तो सेफ्टी, एक सेफ हाउस जहाँ मिलेगा, वहीं जो उनके माल मवेशी हैं, उनके दीगर जो बिलोंगिंग्स हैं वो वहीं पर रहेंगे, क्योंकि लोगों को शिफ्ट करने लोग खुद शिफ्ट करते थे, लेकिन जो उनके बिलोंगिंग्स हैं वो वहीं रह जाती थी। तो इसलिए वहीं एक परमानेंट सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड किया गया गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा, और मैं समझता हूँ कि इससे काफ़ी अहम राहत मिलेगी लोगों को।
The troops of arch rivals, India and Pakistan, intermittently exchange fire across the border despite an agreement in 2003 that a ceasefire should be observed along the working boundary. Both New Delhi and Islamabad blame each other for resorting to unprovoked firings.
In news from Afghanistan, Seema Samar, the chairperson of Afghan Independent Human Rights Commission, on Wednesday stressed upon meaningful role of women in Afghan peace process. She said the peace process needs to be inclusive and emphasized human rights should be assured for lasting peace in the country.
Chairperson of Afghanistan's Independent Human Rights Commission or AIHRC, Seema Samar on Wednesday stressed upon meaningful role of women in the Afghan peace process. Addressing an event in Kabul, Samar said the peace process should be inclusive and consultative, and that it has been experienced in the recent past that common public has not been involved. She warned that there will be no lasting peace in the country until human rights are assured in peace talks.
وقتی که اعلان میکنن که زن نمیتونه رئیس جمهور باشه، زن نمیتونه قاضی باشه، خودش هم برابری انسان‌ها را زیر سوال میبره.
Meanwhile, Afghanistan's acting foreign minister Salahuddin Rabbani also said that women should have an active role in the peace process and all parties must accept that women's rights are not negotiable. Meanwhile, President Ashraf Ghani's special envoy on consensus for peace, Mohammad Umar Daudzai, informed that a Loya Jirga or Grand Council meet will be held in March for peace in the country. He assured the role of women will be 30% in the formation of the Loya Jirga.
More news from Afghanistan. Attorney General's office confirmed on Wednesday that Iran has transferred more than 600 Afghan convicts home as a part of prisoner swap agreement. The prisoners who returned to Afghanistan on Wednesday will have their cases investigated under the prevailing laws of the country based on the agreement signed a year ago.
Iran on Wednesday transferred 620 Afghan convicts back to Afghanistan as part of a prisoner swap agreement signed between the two neighbors a year ago, Afghanistan's Attorney General's office confirmed. Afghanistan government last year announced it had signed a prisoner exchange agreement with Iran based on which over 5,000 Afghan detainees in Iranian jails would be repatriated. The prisoners who returned on Wednesday will have their cases investigated under the prevailing laws of Afghanistan and based on the agreement between Afghanistan and Iran on the prisoner exchange.
تمام لیست از اینا شهرتشان و اندازه محکومیتشان نوعیت جرمشان به مقام عالی سر محکمه پیشنهاد میشه. سر محکمه دولت جمهوری اسلامی افغانستان به اساس مفادات موافقتنامه‌ای که بین دو کشور وجود داره به اساس قوانین افغانستان طی یک قرار قضایی در ارتباط به اینا قانون افغانستان حکمش پیش بینی میکنه و ما در قسمت تطبیق از او داخل اقدام.
A delegation from Afghanistan visited Iran 2 months ago where the agreement was finalized on the release of 620 Afghan prisoners convicted by the Iranian judiciary. Afghanistan has also signed prisoner swap agreements with Pakistan, Russia and Iran.
In news from Bangladesh, death toll rose to at least 70 on Thursday in a major fire that broke out in a centuries-old area in Bangladesh capital Dhaka on Wednesday. About 200 firefighters fought for more than 5 hours to bring the blaze under control. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
The death toll from a fire in a centuries-old area of the Bangladeshi capital Dhaka rose to at least 70 on Thursday. The fire started in a 4-story building on Wednesday night and spread to nearby buildings in the Chowk Bazaar area of Old Dhaka, which dates back to the Mughal period more than 300 years ago. About 200 firefighters fought for more than 5 hours to bring the blaze under control. The building where the fire began had housed a plastics warehouse and contained flammable material, officials said. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, crowds gathered at the Dhaka Medical College and Hospital to search for missing relatives. The fire is likely to focus attention on lax enforcement of building safety regulations in Bangladesh, where accidents kill hundreds every year. The Rana Plaza factory collapse in 2013 killed more than 1,100 workers, and a fire in a garment factory in 2012 killed at least 112 people.
Sri Lankan Navy on Wednesday apprehended 13 Indian fishermen and seized 3 boats for alleging poaching in its waters. Fishermen from both the countries frequently stray into each other's territory and then end up spending years in jails.
13 Indian fishermen along with 3 boats were apprehended by the Sri Lankan Navy for allegedly poaching in its waters on Wednesday. The Sri Lankan Navy confirmed the arrest in a statement on its official website. The apprehended fishermen were produced for a basic medical test and were due to be handed over to local police for onward legal action, the statement said.
நேற்றைய தினம் ஜெகதாப்பட்டினத்திலிருந்து மீன்பிடிக்க சென்ற ஒரு விசைப்படகையும் 5 மீனவர்களையும் அதேபோல மண்டபத்திலிருந்து மீன்பிடிக்க சென்ற 2 விசைப்படகுகளையும் 8 மீனவர்களையும் மொத்தம் 13 பேரை நேற்று ஒரே நாள்ல இலங்கை கடற்படையினர் கைது செய்து சிறையில் அடைச்சிருக்காங்க.
India shares an expansive oceanic border with Sri Lanka without any perceptible demarcation, and fishermen on both sides ignore rules while netting their catch. Sri Lanka has long fumed over poaching and illegal fishing by Indian fishermen that it says depletes the catch of its own fishermen.
The Aero India Show 2019, dubbed as the Asia's largest military aviation exhibition, kicked off on Wednesday in India's southern Bengaluru city. Several aircrafts of the Indian Air Force displayed their aerial skills in the show. The show will provide a platform to boost business opportunities in international aviation sector.
The 12th edition of the Aero India Show 2019, dubbed as Asia's largest military aviation exhibition, kicked off on Wednesday at the Yelahanka Air Force Station in India's southern Bengaluru city. During the show, the spectators were enthralled by the aerial moves displayed by Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jets, Rafale jets, and light combat helicopters. The 5-day-long event is aimed at showcasing India's air defense prowess, besides providing a common platform to Indian Air Force, civil aviation industry, and manufacturing sector to forge new alliances in the aviation sector.
So this air show is one which blends both the civil aviation industry and also the aerospace as a manufacturing sector in which we are giving a lot of priorities, and from the point of view of Air Force India. So there is this uniqueness about this year's, the 12th edition of Aero Show India, in that it brings all the three together.
The Aero India provides a platform in bolstering business opportunities in international aviation sector. Lockheed Martin Aeronautics grabbed the opportunity this year to unveil their specially configured F-21 in an attempt to win a large military order worth more than $15 billion. The company will build the aircraft in collaboration with India's Tata Advanced Systems.
Devotees and tourists from across the country and abroad gathered on Wednesday in India's northern Mathura city to pay obeisance to Hindu Lord Krishna on the occasion of Dhap Holi. They also smeared colours on each other's faces and danced to the beats of drums to mark the beginning of 40-day-long celebrations. The 40-day-long celebrations for Hindu festival of colours, Holi, began on Wednesday at the famous Dwarkadhish temple in Mathura city of India's northern Uttar Pradesh province. The devotees hailing from different parts of the country and abroad gathered in the city to pay obeisance to Hindu Lord Krishna on the occasion of Dhap Holi and pray for well-being of their loved ones. People were seen dancing on the beats of drums and throwing colours on each other, while priests performed special prayers and decked up the idol of Lord Krishna with colourful dresses and jewellery.
यहाँ आके बहुत ही मज़ा आ रही है हमको होली खेलने को बहुत ही अच्छा प्रसंग मिला द्वारकाधीश के अच्छे दर्शन हुए हमको ठाकुर जी हर साल बुलाए वही हम इच्छा करते हैं
होली खेलिए और खूब आनंद है सब ब्रजवासी खूब आनंद करते हैं और यहाँ डंडा रोपण है और सब बहुत ही प्रसन्न हुए आनंद अलौकिक आनंद मिलता है ठाकुर जी के दर्शन से
The festival of colours, Holi, signifies the victory of good over evil, the arrival of spring and the end of winter season. Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.